Alright, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Spirit Animal Monday. I am Elwynn Orion, coming to you from Ion Chronic, live from the DFW area. Every Monday, I pull a Spirit Animal card to guide me for the next 7 days, and over the last few weeks, Spirit has encouraged me to start sharing this with the collective, as there are some of you that are on the same path that I am. Now keep in mind, y'all, I'm not a teacher, nor do I play one on the internet. I am simply a student of life who is sharing my notes with the class. For Monday through Friday daily guidance, check out my shorts, which offer tiny tarot today, miniature guidance to boost each day of the week and help me continue to make better choices for myself. Alrighty, y'all. So, we're going to get into tune, and then we're going to get signs, and then we'll be tucking into the pocket version of Kim Cran's Spirit Animal deck. And as always, we'll read straight from the book, and then we'll tuck into Spirit and see what Spirit has to add to get us through the next 7 days. Alright, I'm going to get into tune. Grounding with the mother. Branching to the father. Centering to self. Locking the self away. Opening up to receive information. Allowing Spirit to pass through. Alright, let's see. What signs do we have for today's Spirit? A walker, like the kind that people help use, to walk. A walker. An orange tabby cat. A trio of mourning doves. The dragon monster truck. The green one. I don't know if there's more. April 22nd. The year 2005. And someone who had a negative experience with their biology teacher. All right. Well, welcome, those of you. Now remember, if one or more of the signs has called to you, verify with your mind, heart, gut network that this is information for you. If none of the signs resonated, that doesn't mean this reading is not for you. It simply means that you get to make your own choice on this matter. No, you're not being directed. You get to decide how much this information affects you. Okay, well, let's see who we have for the week, y'all. Today, thank you. Okay, they want a little bit of a shuffle. Not much, okay. Y'all are funny. Alright. Oh, we have the Nightingale. Well, what a beautiful card that is. Let's see, you gonna hang out there? Okay. Oh, what a beautiful bird. As far as I'm aware, I have never been blessed with getting to experience a nightingale in the real world, as it were. Okay, so this is a friend from the air. Oh. I'm gonna move the microphone real quick. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Air, which means it's gonna be a bit unruly. Oh, how did I miss you? Oh, I missed it, y'all. Let me try. There we are. All right. Sorry it took me so long to find it, guys. All right, so we're going to read straight from the book. As always, I really love what Kim Krans has to say about her collection. It's very insightful. And then we will tuck in with spirit. So the words for the next 7 days, the words for the week are fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable amongst the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listeners to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. When in balance with these energies, we will feel the need to sing and speak freely with kindness. When out of balance, we will be feeling shy or have a lump in the throat. To bring into balance, it is recommended music. Ooh, I mean, that one's pretty clear, y'all. All right. Spirit, if you'd please guide me. What is the main focus for the next 7 days for collective? Speech and song, very specifically. Okay. So this goes either way. Those of you who enjoy singing or find that singing is a soulful experience for you, it is recommended to find a few of those songs from your past that helped guide you, especially if you haven't listened to them in a long time, and give them another listen. Analyze what was in that song and why it was significant to you at that time in your life. This is going to give you a great deal of insight to help move you forward into the next phase. Now, granted, for us in collective who are staying along with me, and this hasn't just randomly found you, we are in February. And we're in winter, and I'm certain there are plenty of you who have gotten this not at that time. This does not mean this reading isn't for you. This still applies for your next 7 days, as this is a timeless and locationless tarot. That being said, those who are in the collective that follow with me, and how am I saying this, Spirit? Those of you who are on the same wavelength and working on the same things as myself. So, for y'all, especially for the next 7 days, we need to be really intentional with speaking freely, but ensuring that that stays kind, that we're not throwing out communication because it's the right thing or it's true to us, and being blithely disregarding of how it's going to affect the person that the communication is being delivered to. So Spirit is cautioning us for the next 7 days in our communication. We're going to make sure that we're being free, but we're being kind. Have those conversations. I know there's at least one conversation for me to have with a partner of mine that I haven't really wanted to have, because let's be honest, sometimes the conversations are difficult. They're scary. But I also trust my partner, and I trust that there will come a day this week where the cards say, today's the day to communicate. And that's the day that I'm going to have this conversation. If you're curious as to what that day is, again, you can check out the shorts. The Tiny Tarots will give us Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday, I just take for myself. I let myself relax and not worry so much about what Spirit has for me. And I allow myself to just be a human, enjoying the dream and living heaven on earth. I highly recommend that for y'all as well. If you find that you're going to YouTube or going to other places and seeking divination and guidance absolutely every single day, and you feel dysregulated if you don't, Spirit is saying it's time to sing. Take a step back from what you're being told and create a song in your heart. This can be literal. I do. I have multiple songs that I have crafted and written for Spirit. One of which, when I feed the birds in the morning, there's a very specific song of gratitude that I sing to Mother Earth and the birds as I'm spreading their seed about. And each morning that I do this, it does bring me a sense of calm and a sense of connectivity to Spirit. So right now, Spirit is saying, again, especially for those of you that are feeling shy and you're feeling like your communication is getting stuck in your throat, instead of trying to find the words, find the song. And sometimes that might mean the melody comes first. Let it. Don't stress about the words, y'all. The words will come. And for those of you who have, never been a choir kid or never performed on stage, or you've only ever sung in the shower, the best part is Spirit doesn't care what you sound like. Spirit loves what you sound like. Every bit of flavor and timbre in your voice as you sing is glory to Spirit. So if you feel that you sound like a flock of geese flying through a tornado, more power to you. Be honest with yourself, I suppose. But don't let that hold you back from singing. Singing is an extremely powerful and potent way that we are able to resonate and get in tune with Spirit in a way that other ways simply don't provide. There's a reason why churches and, religions throughout time, history, culture, there's always been a musical element to spiritual connection. And that is because, again, song especially allows us to connect with Spirit in a very different way than prayer or words do. So even if you feel that you can't sing, everyone can sing in the heart of Spirit. So find your song and help yourself work through that lump in your throat. If you ignore it, it's just going to stay. And if you deny it, it's just going to get bigger. The only way to actually sort out energetic despondence in our body is to eventually deal with it. And we are being asked to deal with our throat at this time for the next 7 days. I know for me, that's been the last chakra that's kind of like on the list. Spirit and I have been pretty heavily and heartily intentionally working towards healing the different chakra and energy centers in the body. And the throat has very specifically been the energy center that I've been required to heal on the outside. Which for me is actually kind of weird. I've been practicing shamanic journeying for self-healing and community healing for about a decade now, and have done a great deal of healing. And like I said, it's all been on the inside. And very specifically, my throat chakra, Spirit has said, no, that when you get to heal in the 3D realm, and as above, so below, the things I've healed on the inside have shown and come to fruition on the outside. And so now we're going to be doing it in reverse, and y'all are coming along with me. So it looks like this week we're going to be working on utilizing our songs and speaking with kindness to help progress our energies this week. All right, Spirit, do you have anything else? Any specific words you want to pop out? Poetry is popping out to me really, really strongly right now. What else? Heart. Need to open a bridge between the heart and the voice. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. The energy moves through us freely at all times. If the throat is blocked, which I know mine has been, for a long time, but if the throat is blocked and you're struggling to find healing resonance, and so it doesn't have to be the throat for you, this could be any chakra, but if you're struggling to find healing resonance in a specific energy center and you have found healing in a different energy center, you can utilize that energy to kind of jumpstart the new healing. And in this case, I've done a great deal of heart work, and I expect if you're following along, you have as well. This channel really is meant for those who are already deeply in their spiritual path. If you're a beginner and you're coming along, absolutely, you're welcome. Trial by fire. Let's run together. However, as far as I'm aware, my collective really is people who are already spiritual workers and spiritual entertainers, who are sharing Spirit's messages out for collective. So, all right. Building a bridge between the heart and the voice. Again, it doesn't have to be the heart for you. For me, it definitely is. But whichever energy center it is you've done the most work in, feel free to borrow that energy. Let's see, Spirit, you want me to explain that? Yes. Okay. So from a meditative perspective, and if you can't meditate, know that that is simply not true. I'm not trying to tell you your own experience. However, meditation comes in a million different shapes and sizes. It's not a one thing fits all. And so if you feel that meditating is simply just finding a way to quietly sit with your breath and not think of anything, good luck to you. If you can do that, that's awesome. I am autistic ADHD, and my brain does not have that skill. You know, it took time and effort to figure out how to meditate. For me, I find it best that when I walk and I'm out in nature, so going on a simple hike or even just a walk around the neighborhood, that is when I am best able to get into a meditative state and work with spirit. So explore meditation, find which one works for you, and specifically utilize the meditative state. I'm so sorry. I dropped the thread. ADHD, y'all. ADHD. Spirit, where were we going with that? Right, building a bridge. Okay, so get into a meditative state. You know, however that looks for you. For me, again, I would be walking, so that's the example I'm going to use. As I'm walking, I'm deeply rooted in the root chakra. You know, that one's going to be reaching down a lot as I'm moving. So that's actually a really good one that you could utilize. It is also one of the strongest chakras for all of us. That is, you know, kind of the strength chakra. And in this case, since Spirit's talking about the heart, we're going to use that one though. So when you quiet your mind, however that looks, for me, a quiet mind is not quiet, by the way. There's a lot happening, but I'm able to put it into its place, I suppose. So breathe deeply and just bring your attention to your heart, into your chest area. All right, we're doing a live meditation here in the weekly, y'all. Big breath all the way into your belly. As you exhale, continue to focus all of your energy around your chest, and you might feel a warmth and pulsing sensation. That is your heart chakra, and that is the energy floating in that area of your body. In order to build a bridge, in my experience, I've found that breathing motion helps me. Some of you might be able to do this solely with your mind, and that's super cool. But for me, in order to bring that energy from my heart into my throat, I'm going to intentionally do it with a big fat breath. So as we inhale, we're going to be imagining gathering up all of that heart energy and, you know, the bits and pieces there that the throat could really use right now. And then as we exhale, we're going to be delivering that energy into the throat chakra. All right, so let's all take a minute. Spirit wants us to work on this for the next 7 days, so we're going to do it together this time. Remember, as you breathe in, gather up all that energy in your heart. As you exhale, imagine that energy physically moving into your throat. All right, I'm going to breathe in. And deliver it to your throat with the exhale. Now for me, I could in fact feel the energies moving and feel cords and threads connecting between the two chakras as they're working together in tandem right now to heal the throat. So for the next 7 days, we're going to keep doing that. You don't have to get serious about it, y'all. You can just step outside for 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be a long or tedious ordeal. Just consistently throughout the next 7 days, a few times a day, try and help your heart deliver that energy to your throat so that you have the strength and endurance to work past the shyness and to start singing and speaking freely with kindness. Right, Spirit says that is it, so we're going to be done for the day. I thank you all for joining me on another Pocket Animal Spirit guide for the week. Remember that every single one of you is fantastic. Go in peace and be blessed. You are all loved, exactly as you are. My leg is dead. I can't feel my foot. I can't feel my foot.